welcome to this bookshelf. I'm Roshi. And today I'm going to be doing Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Big Shot. And the basic summary of this book is when Greg tries to go out on field day, but it's just a total disaster. It doesn't work out anything. And then his mom urges him to keep on going in sports because, well, anything can happen in sports. He agrees as soon as his mom says that to do basketball. And then after he goes to tryouts, he's sure that he won't make the cut. But then he finds out that all the two teams have already formed, the two kids that made the cut, the best ones that made the cut and the second best ones that made the cut. And then the other ones, they just don't make the cut. But there's one of these teammates, and then he wasn't there for tryouts because he got injured somewhere and he couldn't come. So then his dad, Mr. Paddle, wanted to create a new team where all the kids who didn't get the cut comes in. Wow. So then Greg's all like, come on, because he didn't expect that he'd make the cut. So then after a few games, the chance of winning a single game, what he does is that his classmate's dad, the dad who started the kids who didn't get the cut team, his son got a leg injury, so then he can't come anymore. He has crutches. So then the guy's like, oh great, now I'm stuck training a bunch of kids who are not my own son. That's the only reason they actually created the game, so that his son could compete in the seasons. Well, then there's a whole bunch other to it, but that's for you to read. And I enjoyed reading this book very much. The really funny part is when Greg mentions that the only time he ever played basketball was when his PE basketball session, and then in the PE basketball session, what happened was the basketball got deflated, and they used a balloon instead. And I learned from this book that if you believe in yourself, that anything can happen. With hard work, you have to have enthusiasm about it. And those are the secrets of greatness. You have to have a meaning and purpose. You have to hard work. You have to have great enthusiasm about everything. Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Dipper Overload. The basic summary of this book is when Greg Helfie decides to, tag along with his brother Roderick and his band, and Roderick thinks that his band can win the Battle of the Bands. It's this big competition they hold every year, and basically the bands are battling against each other and the best one wins. So then the way you win is basically there's a big vote among the fans and the audience, and Roderick thinks the only way they can do it is that they have to have lots of fans so that the fans will all vote for them. And Roderick and his band, they play heavy metal music, and his favorite band is called Metallic Chihuahua, and that's a funny name for a band. That doesn't make any sense, kind of, because Chihuahua is a kind of dog, and metal music and dogs, I don't think that goes together, no. And Chihuahua is really, really famous, and it says here that Roderick wants to try and get this musical video done where his band goes skydiving with their instruments, and they do a song while they're doing that. And that actually sounds really cool. He also wants to do one in outer space, but I don't think, he wants to do a concert in outer space, but I don't think that's possible. It's basically about when Greg doesn't know what he's getting into because there's unpaid gigs, fights between band members, money trouble, and a lot of other stuff, and they're all part of rock and roll lifestyle. And then they go through a lot of trouble, and finally when they get to the Battle of the Bands, I'm not telling you what happens there because that's for you to read. The basic lesson is that you can do anything if you just put your mind to it, because this guy named Sebastian Stevens, he taught himself how to drum with his feet. That's impressive. So, I really enjoyed reading this book, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Double Down, and this is number 11 in the series. The basic summary of this book, so it's near Halloween, so it's like October, November, and those months. And Greg Healthy, he really wants to get invited to this girl party because they are totally epic. Like literally. So like they usually start out in the basement of Mendoza's house. But then Greg says here that last year the party was so big that it started in the basement, but then so many people came that it spilled out onto the lawn. The cops had to come to shut it down. That's a pretty big deal for a middle schooler party. Anyway, so then when Greg Healthy goes there, his mom comes with him and brings a bunch of homemade Halloween games. And Greg thinks it's gonna all go wrong, but then it turns out it goes perfectly. And another thing that happens is that he finds the Halloween candy. It's a bunch of gummy worms. But guess what? It sparks an idea for him. He decides to make a movie, The Night of the Nightcrawlers. They literally show a big poster of it and everything. I don't know. I don't think that's necessary because he actually never finished the movie. Well, what happened is for you to read. I really, really love this book, and something funny about this book is when he reads these books called Spine Stickler series books, and they're really, really scary. And he's starting to get nightmares about it. It says, the entry here is, the other night I had a dream where I was captured by zombie pirates and made to walk the plank. For some reason, I kept repeating the stupid rhyme. It says, step, step, no, no, plop, plop, in I go. And he's literally saying it. But what happens is that it says, unfortunately, I was saying it for real. So now Roderick has a video of me talking in my sleep. And Roderick is his older brother. And it's actually kind of funny. I learned from this book that, well, if you have imagination, that you can do anything. And that you should always, always try something new. And that anyone can teach you anything. And also you can self-learn. You can like study for weeks and days and stuff. But it says here that Greg got asked by this college girl, and he's in middle school, a college girl, to tutor her psychology test on Thursday. Well, not exactly on Thursday, but I think it's on Thursday. So anyway, Greg says yes, that it'll help her. And he studied that whole night like he never studied before. And he actually drank coffee to keep himself awake throughout the night. Anyway, so then that's like my favorite part. And I also like the step, step, no, no, pop, pop, in I go part. And with that, I'll say goodbye and see you later.